Good morning, everyone. I hope I'm finding you well, happy, and had a fantastic week with some home learning and some school learning, having opportunities to see each other on screen and in the classrooms. Now, last week we were talking about everybody caring for each other, and there's lots of people to go to if you're feeling a little bit anxious, a little bit upset, needing help with some maths or English. Everybody is there helping each other right across the country and in your own homes and schools. This week I want to just go on a little bit more of things I've noticed really during this lockdown and during coronavirus. I've noticed an awful lot of people walking, which is fabulous. When I'm out walking myself, I've even bumped into some of you when I've been doing it. I've seen an awful lot more furry friends along the way. So many more people have got a pet. And I know that many of you also have had a pet or got a new pet. You'll have had the excitement of when you're going to pick it up. You'll have had even more excitement trying to think of what you're going to call your new pet. Perhaps buying it a lead if it's a dog, a hutch if it's a rabbit. If it's a cat, you might have been getting a cat basket. All filled with excitement. You've promised probably all kinds to mums and dads that you will definitely look after this pet. You will help take it for walks. You will help feed it. You will help clean out the hutches. You'll help pick up the you-know-what in a bag. And that's brilliant. It's all about looking after that animal. But sometimes, when it's wet, when it's dark, when it's rainy, that going out for a dog walk doesn't really sound quite as exciting anymore, does it? Or when you're wanting to play a game, it's not quite the thing you want to do, to be dragged off the game to go and clean out the hutch. But that's just as important. That's all about looking after and having care and compassion for your animal. I'm going to tell you a story about an animal, a very, very loved animal. But listen to how and what happened to that animal. The story is called The Black Beautiful Horse. Once upon a time, there was a rich king who had a beautiful black horse. He was very proud of it. Everybody admired his beautiful horse. It was such a fine, fine creature. The king was well liked by his people. He had vowed that everyone should be looked after and cared for. He made sure that this by placing a wooden arch in the marketplace, and in it he placed a big bell to be rung by anybody in trouble or suffering an injustice. They could come, pull the rope and ring the bell for help. Many years went by and everybody was happy. The bell never sounded. The horse often bravely took the king into battle. He strutted leading processions with the king mounted, all proud. He galloped freely over fields and people cared for him, fed him carrots and apples when they saw him. However, one day when the king mounted the beautiful black horse, the horse staggered and stuttered in his stride. And he was a bit wobbly and uneven, and the king realised that the poor horse was lame. It had poorly legs. And then he realised more so that actually the horse was now a very old horse and was struggling to take the king on his back anymore. The horse was turned into a field, all by himself. No one bothered to go every day to see him. No one bothered to look after him. He'd been neglected. The king bought another fine, beautiful horse and didn't give his old servant horse a second thought. Winter came. The poor creature had no warm stable. Snow covered the ground. That meant the horse had no food. The grass was covered. He knew that it wasn't going to take long before he was going to really suffer. With great difficulty, he forced his way out of the field and wearily dragged himself into the marketplace. He fumbled and managed to get the bell rope into his mouth and just nod enough to make the bell ring. The people came running. The bell never rang. Everybody wanted to see who was in trouble. Even the king came running to see who needed his help. When he saw the poor animal stood there, he was thoroughly ashamed of himself. The weakened, starving horse was helped up and taken to a warm stable and was given food and a good grooming. The king vowed that the neglected creature should be cherished forevermore. He erected a statue of the horse in the marketplace to remind everyone, including himself, that it is important to care for something always, not just when it's young, shiny and new. I thought that was a good story. I thought it told and gave some really, really good messages about caring, about always caring, not just when it's needed or not just at the beginning, but caring is all the time. So think about that about your horse, but just think also about caring for each other. It's not just through COVID, it's more so now, but it's all the time. Want to just finish today with a bit of a prayer about looking after our animals. As I say, I know many of you have now got new ones. Some of you have had animals for an awful long time. So let's say this prayer. If you want to listen to it and agree, you might want to say Amen at the end. Dear God, let us be kind and gentle to all animal friends. Help us to look after them properly. Give us patience and understanding when they get old. Let us be thankful for all the fun that we have with them and all the love that they gave back to us. Amen. Hope you have a lovely weekend, and I hope next week brings lots more new learning, lots more new adventures. Until then, take care. Bye.